Is up? This is J&J Boxing. Today is February 26th, 2020. Mm, mm, mm. We had to do the show, man, because we ain't no suckers. You feel me? We ain't gonna back down from nothing. Motherfucker, some bad shit happening. Nah, fuck that. We gonna address it. We gonna talk about it. It don't matter. So, we gonna get into that soon. That's gonna be a big part of the show today. You know what I'm saying? Just breaking down all the possibilities of what could happen going forward, of what happened, what went wrong, yada yada yada. We gonna get into that. First things first. My Turks play tonight. I think they just started recently. Started at 9. They play Minnesota. Just coming off a loss on Sunday. It was a very bad weekend. The Capitals won. Capitals beat the Penguins. I think Ovi has over. Excuse me. I think Ovi has 700. He either reached 700 or just got over it. So that's good. Hopefully they can rebound and make a run. They were the first team in DC, the DC area. Well, Maryland did in 2002. And DC United won the MLS in 2004, the MLS Championship. But they were the first team in DC in a while to do that, win the championship. So shout out to the Capitals. They're doing their thing. Yeah, man, Maryland, they lost on Sunday. Lost to Ohio State. It's a tough game. It was on the road. Still undefeated at home, though. All 5 of their losses have come on the road. And, yeah, Maryland balling. Hopefully they win tonight. Should beat Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. And then on Sunday, I believe, they play Michigan State. And it's in Maryland. So, Michigan State gave them a tough game last time, and Maryland was able to come back. Big reason they lost, I feel like, on Sunday was because Anthony Cowan got kicked out. He got like a double technical. He got ejected from the game. And you know him, whenever Maryland's in doubt, Anthony Cowan always seems to come through with the 3. So it's all good, though. We're going to bounce back, recover. Hopefully we beat Minnesota tonight. It would just be like Maryland to lose to fucking Minnesota. So, yeah, I'll probably check the score sometime here on the show and try to get y'all an update. And what was the other thing? Oh, and you know, everything that happens in the NBA. It's funny, I was listening to the radio yesterday, and the guy was talking about how he was a big Michael Jordan fan, and that Jordan was his guy and all that, and that he really disliked LeBron for the longest time. Partially because he didn't want him to be Jordan, or you know, whatever the case may be. He hated when people brought up that comparison. But he was saying recently, like with the, you know, with Kobe Bryant dying and you know everything, like just going to the Lakers, he feels like he's become more of a Bron fan, and I can definitely understand where he's coming from, you know. And he's balling out at 35. Bron is doing his thing. And shit, you know, I was a big LeBron fan for a long time, but when he went to the Lakers, I kind of soured on him, and I'm kind of iffy. I mean, I root for him. That's still my guy, but man, I can't like the Lakers. What are your feelings on Bron? What's your temperature on Bron here in like February 2020?
Man, because I don't watch basketball like that. Shit, I guess like he's still at his top of his game. Shit, he's playing at MVP level right now, and he's like, you can't deny it. No matter what anybody say, they don't like him or not, you can't deny him. The man is arguably the best, if not the best, one of the best players in the world. So
yeah, still up there.
Yeah,
still
nobody
top
can't
5, top
can't
3.
deny him. Can't really deny him. I mean, he might move around a lot, but you know that's just him.
That was the nature of the NBA when he came up.
So that's how it is. But you can't deny him. It's like I said, I'm not the one to talk about basketball like that because I don't really watch that shit. Not into the NBA like that, but at the same time, I just know that you can't deny him. You just can't. Right now, when KD is not playing, Steph Curry's not playing, you already know he's number 1 for real. Like, that's in my opinion. I just think that
Steph Curry was draining him from
even
the
with
logo
people
today.
like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons,
the Greek freak,
Giannis, even Cat, like even all those young guys coming up. Whenever you say, I mean, their names are synonymous right now in the league, but LeBron's is a little
James Harden and Paul George.
Yeah, and I forgot about mentioning all them. Yeah, but I mean, LeBron James is LeBron James.
Westbrook,
like,
Now 100.
He's a Tom Brady of the NBA. Let's just be honest. I'm just gonna keep
except their championship records are reversed.
Yeah, except their championship records are reversed. But he's a Tom Brady of the NBA, and that's just being honest. He's a poster kid. Whenever you mention NBA, what you gonna say? Oh, you mean LeBron? What about LeBron? He's a household name. Like,
definitely. That's what I was telling Big Josh. I was like, when Kobe passed, like, bro, that man played a household name in 6 countries. You know what I'm saying?
Kobe is a household name in 6, maybe in the world. Like, you understand? Kobe. Matter of fact, Kobe is a household name around the world. When he passed away, the whole entire world was devastated.
Yeah.
Kobe is a household name around
for
the world.
any.
And you know what I'm saying? LeBron James. Shit.
Right up there with him.
Yeah, like he's a household name around the world. And that's because basketball is a mainstream media sport and everybody in the world
can play basketball. And it's a pretty global sport, too. Yeah, Tim always say, this guy I live with, motherfucker always criticize basketball and say it's not a global sport. Well, it's big in many different places outside of the United States.
Like
yes.
It's a global sport. Like, people can play basketball. That's him. When you say basketball, people are going to say LeBron James.
Yeah, 100.
So, yeah, you can't doubt him. Can't deny him.
Well, yeah, Bron is legendary, even if you have other criticism about his game, whatever the case may be. So, and I'm really like Zion, man. Zion, that's my dude.
I really like Ja Morant, though.
Yeah, he vicious. And he kind of has like the underdog story because, you know what I'm saying, he ain't get no big D1 offers when he came out of high school. And it's amazing. He went to Murray State and cooked shit for 2 years, and you know what I'm saying. Now he's cooking shit in the NBA. Like,
now I feel bad for RJ Barrett because it's like maybe the Knicks is where you go to die. Shit, man, they in shambles for real. Like,
hey, remember Nate was saying that the RJ Barrett was going to be doing all these great things this year, and he's a good player.
Actually, I was saying that shit. I still think so. It's just that organization is terrible. It's like they just. They're a big market. I understand they're a big market. One of the biggest markets in the NBA. One of the biggest markets in sports. Period. At the same time, it's like, God damn, you're such a big market. Why can't you get players? Why can't you get talent there? And why can't you keep a coach? Why can't you keep a general manager? Why can't you keep any front office personnel? Like, this shit, their situation's kind of. You can probably look at their situation as the Cleveland Browns situation. Like, God damn, is the Knicks, is New York the Cleveland of the NBA? Do people go there to die? Because
with the Knicks, at least, it seems like it. I mean, they had a nice little run with Patrick Ewing there, but they have not recovered. They had one season with Melo where they won 50 games. So the Knicks,
they haven't been the same since, though. They really haven't been the same. It's like
that was like 8 years ago.
Damn, you feel me? That was, and it's like they just haven't been the same. They just have not been the same, bro. And that's just keeping it 100. Like, you gotta look at it as a whole. Like, man, then they just fired their head coach, right? They just recently fired their head coach. Yeah, like a month or two ago, they just fired their head coach. They did some shakeups in their front office, I believe. It's like, God dang, we wasn't even near the All-Star break yet, and all that shit happened.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's just a bad organization.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, but what happened with the Knicks is that later down the line in his career, probably I would say like 2-3 years from now, that they reestablish themselves as a dominant force in the NBA, where he can shine. Because take a look at Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, like, dropping 50 points a game. Okay, he's dropping 50 points a game, but the team's still not winning. Now that's saying something too, though. That's not him. That's just like, what's up with the other people on the team? What's up with the talent on the team, though? But also, you can say, somebody can argue, like, well, is he not he dropping 50 points.
He's doing it by himself. Like, he's doing it, he hindering the team.
And that you can say, like, something like that. You can say something like that. Is he not a leader or something? But, man, it's just, you got, I don't know, man. It's just sad. New York is a sad situation. Washington is nothing like New York, Joe. Let's get that straight too. Washington ain't nothing like New York. Man, Washington fucking around.
One of our best players is
hurt right now, and it's like so John Wall still hurt, and John Wall still. I feel as though John Wall should bounce like they did. It was DeRozan and Lowry and
Kyle Lowry and
in Toronto. They had one had to leave for one to win. I think that's the situation in Washington. But back to what I was saying about the Knicks, the Washington Knicks ain't nowhere near. That's nowhere near. I mean, that situation in New York is just really a travesty for real. Because that's a rich franchise.
Dumpster fire. Yeah.
That is a historic
New York's
franchise.
Supposed to be the mecca of basketball.
For real, bro. Like, that shit is sad. Like, that shit is sad, son. Like, didn't they had man, that shit is just sad. I don't even want it. That's just sad. Like,
yeah, it is.
That's funny because like I said, I don't watch basketball, but I know that shit. Like watching ESPN, that's all when they talk about the NBA, they talk about sad shit. It's usually the Knicks.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate tale. What do you think about the and I don't know too much about it, so we don't gotta go too deep into this motherfucker. But recently, I've been talking about the new CBA for the NFL, which will be due, which expires after the 2020 season. I think we talked about a little bit last show, but they've been saying that it's inevitable they'll probably go to 17 games and that they'll probably add another playoff team, which means only one team will have the bye, the first round bye in the playoffs, one team from each conference. And they're going to take away a preseason game. I confirmed that, so it'll only be 3 preseason games. But it comes to an issue with 17 weeks because some teams are going to have 9 home games and other teams are going to have 8 home games. And so I think one of my big issues is that I think they really just want to push the 18. That's what they want to do. And so that would be a big sticking point for me, was be like, nah, like, why the fuck we got to add an extra game? Like, let's get rid of the one preseason game. And then
I thought this was the whole idea anyway in the beginning, get rid of the preseason game. Well, I'm going to say, like, if the players are with it, I'm with it. The players ain't with it, then I'm not with it. Because when it all comes down to it, the players out there putting their bodies on the line, they out there, they going to be the ones playing those 17 games. They going to be the ones that's playing the 3 games in preseason. If the players came to agreement with the owners on these changes, then I'm with it. If they didn't, I'm not with it. That's how I feel. But I'm not with. I was okay with them taking away the preseason game. I was okay with them taking away 2 preseason games because a lot of players don't like the preseason because they get hurt,
right.
And a lot of coaches don't like that shit. It has its place, but a lot of people get hurt and a lot of people get injured. Yeah. I mean, that shit sucks. Too, I would do 2 preseason games, but I understand they use the preseason for different means. They use the preseason for people that make the roster, people to make the practice squad, whatever it may be. I'm not with that 18 shit either though, for real. It's just, I'm not with, when I looked at the journal ESPN today, I wasn't really too impressed with it. I understand the 17 game season, but 17 weeks, but man, I don't know, bro.
It'd be an 18-week season because each team would have a bye. Theoretically, maybe they could put 2 byes in there.
Oh, so now it's 18 game regular season?
No, 17 game regular season, but they have 1 bye
weeks. So that's right, 18 weeks. Mm-hmm. Nah.
Yeah. Which was interesting was I saw some different people's takes on it. Russell Wilson, he said no. He said if it were up to me, I'd say no. And like I said, I don't know how the whole process works, but essentially like a 32-player panel voted on it, and I think 17 of 32 voted yes, 14 voted no, and I guess one of them no vote or whatever the case may be. He couldn't decide, undecided, and and so one of the guys who was on the 32-player panel to vote on it, current players, was Nick Sundberg of the Washington Redskins. He's a long snapper, if y'all ain't know. He's pretty much a no-name, but he's been with the team for a long time. Or not a long time, like 10 years. And him and RG3 was going back and forth. And RG3 was like, nah, like, why would you vote yes on that shit? Like, why would you vote yes? And Nick Sundberg was kind of going into his details. He was saying that if they voted no, the owners would negotiate with them until February, and just playing a bunch of hardball, and was talking about all the benefits from the deal. I'm just not with the 17 games because, like I said...
Well, you know what? I didn't mean to cut you off.
They want to go to 18 game. But yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
And, why the fuck are we even worried about what a long snapper thinks? Like, you just long snapping.
Because he's on the 17.
Yeah, I understand. Nah, man, you just
on the 32.
You know who I would put in that panel, to be honest with you? If you really want to make that shit, like, you really want to get a consensus, you need to put people that's actually doing shit in those games. I would try to get at least a 3-4 quarterbacks, some running backs, some defensive players, some wide receivers, some skill position players, And I mean, even old linemen, I don't care what a long snapper thinks about
but
this season.
I don't know what the
though.
process is to get on that panel. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he worked hard. Maybe the other players approved him getting on to the Players Association.
You know what's crazy? Maybe these guys represent something. You may be right. Maybe these 32 guys. It's 32 fucking teams, so maybe they all represent.
Each team. Okay, so maybe the team.
Sorry, y'all. Each team picked somebody, so maybe each team represented
Sundberg to be for the Redskins.
So they all must have came to agreement on it, and they probably did it that way.
And RG3's definitely
for the Ravens.
He's not the guy for the Ravens because he was like, why would anybody vote yes on this shit? So I don't think. So probably someone else on the team is, but he was speaking to Nick Sundberg, who talked about like.
So that's probably how they did it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, if I'm on that team, I'm like, bro, I don't feel comfortable with that shit. I just like, nah, I'm not with it. There's more wear and tear on our bodies, to be honest with you.
But it's an additional paycheck, though.
It is, but it's more wear and tear on your body. Okay, you do cut out the chances of getting hurt before the regular season starts. So now you only got 2 preseason games.
No, you have 3. You have 3.
So
under the rule, proposed rule, you'd have 3.
On the proposed rule is 3. So you got 3 preseason games. You cut out one. I'm just not. I don't know.
And then you have another playoff team, and
I'm not with that shit. I'm with cutting 3 preseason games. That's all good and fine, all good and dandy.
Believe it's 16.
Yeah, I'm not with all that other shit, man.
Right. Now I feel that, and
because at the present time, 2 teams get a bye week, right?
Two teams in each conference get a bye week in the playoffs. Yes,
I think that's fair. Like, why would you only cut it to 1? That's not fair. It's like that's not fair.
Because when you add a new team to the playoffs, it's going to create a whole different.
I understand that's what I'm saying, but that's not fair at all. Like, you're gonna get 1 team from 1 conference. You got 2 conferences. So you're gonna get 1 team.
The best team will get a bye.
That's fucked up. I don't think that's right.
Man, so anyway, long story short though, because the players or the representatives from each team, which like Jordan said, were pretty slow. The representatives from each team, the 32 guys who voted on, because they approved it or they voted for it, they're going to send it to the players, and all they need is a simple majority. If it's 50.00001% of players vote yes, or the guys who do vote, that will they'll approve it.
I think the players gonna vote no.
I think, from what I've been seeing, like I said, Russell Wilson said he didn't vote. He said it's a big no for me, and I think a bunch of other guys have come out. I think
they're gonna say no.
Yeah, they might. So, and when that's the case, Nick Sundberg was saying that the owner said they won't negotiate with him until February, until next year after the CBA expires.
And you know what? That might happen. Is the in our lifetime we've seen how many lockouts in the NFL? I think 1 or 2. We saw one
in 2011.
Yeah,
but it didn't
affect the regular season.
Yes,
it was only affected like the off season shit and all that. They couldn't practice and everything.
Yeah.
So we saw.
I know there was one back in the day in '82, and then
I'm talking about in our lifetime.
I feel that in '87, but that was the movie The Replacements. Yeah. Doug Williams came in,
and that affected the regular season. So
yes, correct.
I don't see it being that drastic.
So we've seen one.
I don't see it being that drastic, but I think that.
This shit could get real.
Because the players, when it always comes down, man, that's what I want to get to my point to was in our lifetime, the relationship between the players and the owners has not been good at all. Like, they have not really come to terms with some things. The CTE stuff, everybody is like on board with the CTE shit. Everybody says, yeah, we should be safer when it comes to this stuff.
Because I know they get their little shit sued.
And they do. So at the same time, though, when it comes to different things, especially things that the players care about, what the players are trying to push for themselves, to better themselves and their fellow comrades, the owners ain't with none of that shit. And then what the owners want, the players ain't with none of that shit. It has not been a good relationship in our lifetime.
And Goodell hasn't made it any better.
No, he has not.
I think shit was smooth and just a little bit.
You goddamn right.
It was sailing and good with Paul Tagliabue.
Because that's the guy that I told John like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I was like, I never heard of that motherfucker. He's like, you never heard of him?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, that's a good fucking thing.
He was commissioner from '89.
And that's a good thing if I don't hear from you. If you're a commissioner, why are you in the spotlight?
Roger Goodell's
always in the spotlight. In our lifetime, I said. As Roger Goodell is the NFL commissioner, I've seen him in the news multiple occasions. Out of every commissioner from basketball from the NBA to David Stern was in that motherfucker a lot, but
I don't know.
like
Gary
that.
Bettman is the NHL dude.
I haven't heard from him like that for real.
And the baseball Rob Manfred.
We're here from right now recently, but I haven't. Right, that's crazy. Roger Goodell's been in everything. Roger Goodell has
way more in the media than any of them.
I know David Stern used to get booed sometimes at the NBA draft, but it speaks volumes when your commissioner gets booed every fucking year. Every year he gets booed when he goes on stage. Since I've been in high school, he's been booed every year.
I bet if you polled NFL fans about his job performance,
they'll probably get that man. Like he was his approval rating
maybe 37% positive.
I was gonna say 30%. Like his approval rating would be low, man.
Nobody likes you can ask anybody. Everybody's like, man, Roger Goodell stinks. Like Paul Tagliabue was way better. Like, and that goes back like the old days. I know Pete Rozelle. And then, I don't know who was after Rozelle. Somebody was in between Rozelle and Tagliabue. But Paul Tagliabue was the commissioner for the majority of our early years. Basically from when we was born until he was like 15. Like from 89 to 06. So, yeah, man. It's pretty crazy. So,
damn, he was a commissioner in 06?
That was his last year. Yes,
I didn't even hear shit about this guy. That's how good.
Like in the early 2000s, Paul Tagliabue, like at the draft, he'd always announce the draft picks.
Shit, that's it then, because I never paid attention to that.
He was chilling. I knew him because he was a Skins fan, and I fucked with him. I thought he was a really good commissioner because he seemed like he stayed out of this shit and let the guys play. And
he did. Like Roger Goodell was in everything. I don't know. Maybe Roger Goodell is pushing for a career after the NFL, but. If he is, I don't know what he's going to be a career
politician.
For. That's what I was going to say, maybe politics, but bro, you suck, bro. You suck.
Like, I hope this one. I don't want to get too far into it, but no, I don't think he'd be very successful.
I don't think he will. Like, I think he is the main problem when it comes between the relationship between the owners and the players. I think he's the problem.
Yeah.
I think he's the problem because he's supposed to be the buffer for them. He's supposed to be a buffer in between. He's supposed to be the one to shut everything down if something is not going right. He's supposed to be the one that comes in and put his foot down.
He works for the owners, though. That kind of at the end of the day.
I understand, but still, at the same time, it's like, dude, you got to be the buffer. You got to.
And he sucks. He's horrible. Just trying to always keep himself in the news.
He's worried about himself,
like, remember when he's negotiating his contract, asking for more money? Like, boy, you some garbage,
suck,
boy.
Bro. You don't need more money. What you need is
to get fired.
Yeah.
Bro, I was saying that, like, I was okay with him, like, initially. Like, I was like, all right, man, he's just doing his job. But, boy, what was it? Like, I think it was 17 or 18, somewhere in that period, when he was up for, like, they was renewing his contract, and Jerry Jones was the only owner who was really, like, speaking out. Like, bro, fuck this motherfucker. Get Dell up out of there. Like, he's such a bad owner. Like, compared to Paul Tagliabue, shit was worlds apart. But anyway, and I feel like the NFL game used to be better back in the day. But that's neither here nor there. So just a crazy situation with the players and the owners. And I think it could get serious too, though. I think that potentially we could see a significant holdup. And I know in our lifetime we saw the NHL, they canceled the whole season. The NBA had two of them.
Damn, that's right. I forgot about those two.
The NHL,
I was only focusing on the NFL because
I
forgot about the NBA lockout. That was in what year? That was in
it was right around. It was right after 2011.
Yeah, because they held out for how many weeks?
They missed like the first month or two of the season.
Yeah, they did.
And then there was another lockout in '98.
What the fuck was they holding out for? I forgot what they was holding out for.
I think the split from the TV revenue and shit. The 50-50 split. Or something.
Because the motherfuckers was playing different games and shit. LeBron was very outspoken.
And they wanted less back-to-backs. And so they kind of reworked the schedule and shit. Just a couple of different things. And then they had one after Jordan retired in 98, 99. Like, they missed like half the season. I think they missed the All-Star game.
That's when they was playing them little leagues and shit outside of the league. They was playing they had some good games in that shit. They had some good games in that league, though. There was some classic matchups in that motherfucker, man. They was balling out during the lockout. But yeah, that comes to show you though that those players over in those different leagues, man, them motherfuckers stand up for what they want. They at the end of the day, they be getting what the fuck they be getting shit done. But at the same time, it's like the NFL, dude, Jesus Christ, the relationship between the owners and the players are just terrible. It's terrible. It's just out of all the major sports in America, it's terrible. It's just not good. I feel like that they're on the verge of. And I know I said it won't affect the season. I'm going to take that back. It might affect the season. It might just affect the season.
Yeah.
It just might. We might be missing a couple weeks out the what's that? The 2021 season.
Yeah.
The 2020-21 season. We might be missing some motherfucking. You might be missing 21 season. You're right. Yeah, 21 season. We might be missing some weeks out that motherfucker because of this shit. Because the owners are going to stall them out. So you already know what's going to happen. So.
But then you're going to have a lot of players who, a lot of these guys, they kind of live week to week.
Like it's crazy. Hey, the XFL.
Hey, and the XFL is interesting too, because good transition. The DC Defenders, unfortunately, got beat. They said it was like the upset of the week.
39 at what?
At 39-9. The LA Wildcats. I don't know what the spread was, but they were definitely the underdog. They were 0-2. Josh Johnson had his struggles. Cardell Jones threw 4 interceptions. God damn.
You know who did win though?
Houston Roughnecks.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
PJ had another good game too. But I mean, I can't be mad at Cardell Jones and motherfucking the DC Defenders because they just probably had a down week. I mean, but they got blown out. But they still could. It was the first road. Yeah, and they had a down week, so I got them bouncing back anyway. They'll be all right. I still got them in the Houston Roughnecks in the final when it's all said and done, because I don't think that any other team can really. When they're on their shit, I don't think any other team can beat them. Mm-hmm. I'm just being honest, but 4 picks is goddamn.
And the St. Louis Battlehawks had the first kickoff run back. There were 29,000 people. The first kickoff run back in the XFL. It was on a reverse too. The dude pitched it.
And I know St. Louis.
29,000 were at the St. Louis game. That's dope. That's their first home game.
That's good. I didn't hear about the Ravens this week, so I don't know how they did.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, and the one dude on the St. Louis Battlehawks. He's I think I was telling you about him. He went to West Virginia, and he entered the transfer portal. I said poodle. Entered the transfer portal, and he decided not even to go anywhere. Like he decided to take a year off, and then was like, all right, fuck it, let me go do the XFL because I think his mom had cancer or something. And anyway, so.
Damn, son. Well, this is from 2 days ago on Fox Business Sports. The XFL has posted an overall attendance of 81,942 for its 4 weekend games in week 3.
And which is up.
Which is up. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
But the Battlehawks had their first home game though, and they 29,000. So that was kind of a good.
But so goddamn, that's sad. The ratings are down 48% from week 1.
Oh,
but the attendance is up. So
yeah.
Damn.
So we'll see how this trend continues. See how everything goes. But yeah, man, should be interesting. But yeah, that's crazy that one guy, the safety, plays for the St. Louis Battlehawks and is a different. At the very least, I feel like the XFL gives some guys options. Who college might not be for them or whatever circumstances they might not be able to go to college or just want to feel like a professional. Excuse me. They could theoretically go to the XFL.
You know what's crazy though? Even though they might not be getting some ratings, but their attendance is up, they still making money because and they got TV deals, so it's not like, and they got a fucking billionaire backing them. So what the fuck, like, I think.
And Ben said he was prepared to take some losses.
Yeah, because he knows. Like, that's why I
said
this shit is not easy. I think he knows that, but at the same time, I hope these people just give it a chance, man. It's actually exciting and it's fun football to watch. Really.
Yeah, I agree.
Them guys be out there playing their asses off, man. I like it. I think that it will become a good alternative. You just got to give it a chance, and you just got to know what the going expectations is. Not the NFL. It's not the high caliber of players that you're used to seeing, but these guys are damn near that good. They might be damn near that good for real. PJ Walker is a good quarterback. Cardell Jones is showing you that he can be a good quarterback. Like
they're NFL guys on the fence. Like
it's like like you got guys that can maybe make a roster, an active roster. You got guys that can make an active practice squad. You got guys out on the field that can probably become a Tommy Maddox. You never know. Like, fuck. Or, what's his name? Rob Smart. He hate me.
He played for a couple years.
He did. That's what I'm saying. You never know. Like, you just can't cast these guys out. That's why. So I hope that everybody gives them a shot. Like, because to see their attendance keep rising, I love it. But to see that their ratings are going down 48%, god damn, That's not.
Wasn't
good.
they down like 30% from last week?
I think like 31% last week.
So then it's just 12% less than that because it's compared to week 1.
Yeah, but it keeps dropping though. Like that's not good.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how she all plays out. Like I said, I think it's a good product. I think it's entertaining, and I'm hoping the best for it. Hopefully Vince will stick through it. Hopefully the ratings even out, a little bit, and as maybe the games mean more as the season progresses. And I think it's quality. I like the AAF, and I think this story. I honestly think it's better than the AAF.
Oh yeah,
the AAF.
This is
with the kickoff rules and just everything with the different kind of touchdowns they can score, the 3-point, the 2-point.
I think that's the reason why the ratings drop, because you got a lot of purists that watch sports in this country, and they really.
It might take some getting used to because it is a little
different.
The
rules are different. Purists, hardcore fans, they love their shit, so that's how it's going to be, and that's why I see that. That's why the ratings are dropping, because the hardcore fans are kind of like probably like, nah, I don't want to watch this. This ain't the NFL. Well, motherfucker, it's not the NFL. Hence the XFL. So you gotta get used to it, or just try to give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Be flexible. Don't be so fucking stuck up all the time. Watch the joint. It's exciting. Like those guys, it's really exciting. I love watching PJ Walker play, man. That joint is just, dog, this be throwing. I seen a play last weekend. He got hit. He was running, got hit through that motherfucker, and the dude still caught that joint. Granted, it was out of bounds, but just to imagine this dude caught the joint, like he threw the pass, and the dude caught the joint, like god dang, and he got back up, and they scored right after the play. Like that kid is amazing, and just because Cardell Jones threw 4 interceptions this last weekend doesn't mean he can bounce back. So I think the one thing they need a rivalry in that joint. That's why I hope that Houston and DC make it to that joint. So they need something like that. They need a monster house team that they can push and they can back, kind of like the Patriots in the NFL. So.
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys. Ain't that motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, 100. No, I definitely understand that. So, we're just wishing that the best this week. We've got some good XFL games coming up. And, so let's get into the boxing, man. Before we get into the sad news. We ain't even mentioned nobody name. You feel me? We just been going through, man. We're going to talk about that. On Saturday, I believe it's on Showtime. If I'm not 100% certain. But, Mikey Garcia, he's fighting.
It's on DAZN, I believe.
Oh, it's on DAZN. He's fighting Jesse Vargas and Joseph Parker. He's fighting a guy named Shondell Winters. Should be. I know Joseph Parker probably should win, and Mikey Garcia. I mean, Vargas should give him a good fight, but I think Mikey's gonna get that joint. But you never know. We could see some crazy shit happen.
You never know. He could. I know a lot of people are saying Jesse Vargas. They got Jesse Vargas winning, but. I don't know. Mikey might surprise people. Mikey might come out there and surprise people because this fight is to prove that he belongs at 147. That's what he's saying. Like, I want this fight because I want to show people that I belong at 147.
I think he could beat Jesse Vargas. Honestly, I'm about to look up the odds real quick. And then like I said, on Joseph Parker's fighting, and then on next weekend, Kanaki's fighting a guy that he should beat, Robert Haneas or something like that. And then F.A. Jabe's fighting too. He's on the undercard.
Man, they got Otto Wallin's fighting, and I believe next month. I thought Otto Wallin was fighting this weekend.
Is he on the card? Oh, see, I was looking at the odds for this Mikey Garcia.
Because I want to watch Otto Wallin fight, actually.
See what he can do.
Yeah, I actually liked him in that Fury fight. That 12th round was amazing. I think that he was
piecing Fury up. And yeah, we just mentioned him. But Carlos Takem's fighting Friday. Yeah, Mikey Garcia is a favorite. He's like the 3.5-1 favorite. That's what I'm saying. Mikey Garcia, I think he should win, but you never know with boxing.
Otto Wallin said he deserves a rematch over Fury. Then
Then Wilder.
Hey, you know what's crazy? If Fury was to rematch Otto Wallin and Otto Wallin actually beats him, wouldn't that shit just be like, what the fuck is going on with the heavyweight division? But that shit won't happen. That shit would be crazy. But yeah, it's some good fights coming on this weekend. And I think that I don't know. I say Mikey Garcia and Jesse Vargas being a 50-50 fight anyway.
He's Garcia's 3.5 to 1.
I know. I see it being a 50-50 fight.
Anyway. And then, like I said, next week on regular Fox though is Kanaki fight he should win, an FA job fight he should win. So should be interesting. We got some fights coming up. And then in May, I think May 30th, we talked about last week, Tiafama fighting Loma. That should be great. I can't wait for that joint. We ain't got a date officially, but I think it's going to be May 30th. Anthony Joshua, they said he's going to fight Kabret Pulev on June 20th. Some good things going down. We got some big fights coming up. But, all right, man. We 35 minutes in, man. Let's address the motherfucking elephant in the room. We probably going to close the show talking about this shit. So, my goodness. Tyson Fury whooped Deontay Wilder's ass.
Hey, it's the same.
He beat him.
He beat him fair and square. But, I mean, like, that happens. The dude got caught, man. He got caught. It's like, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You got caught.
And Wilder's tough. And Wilder proved it that
he has a chin. He got a chin, because anybody else would have stayed down after that shot. That shot that he took in the air, anybody else would have stayed the fuck down. That shot he took in the what was that? He got hit. He got dropped in the third, and he got dropped in the fifth.
Body shot.
And in the body shot, anybody would have stayed down with that bitch. Wilder got back up.
Him fighting to the 7th was amazing.
And one thing he can take from out that fight, one thing I say he can take from out that joint is Fury said he was going to get you done in 2. It didn't happen. And the second round was the most competitive round of the fight. I heard Skip Bayless said that he gave the second round to Wilder, and I think at least one of the judges gave the second round to Wilder. And then shit changed in the third. Listen, I thought Fury won fair and square. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? Bama's want to blame the costume. Bama's want to blame it. Nah, I'm not with that. The only thing is, my only stipulation, can I get one stipulation out here? My only stipulation is that that shot in the third, Fury didn't even hit him with his glove. He hit him with his wrist for real. He swung a joint and he smacked Wilder in the ear with his wrist, his left ear. And Wilder's ear started bleeding. Wilder got up. Wilder was not the same after his ear. And he's not trying to admit that Fury hurt him, though. That's what the thing that's, I think, is irritating the public, is that he's so prideful. He doesn't, man. Right, you was fucked up. Because he know he was talking, because he know he got caught like AJ got caught. Because look at how AJ got hit. And that was a great point that you made. Look how AJ got hit in the third round. And look how Wilder got hit in the third round. What happened? AJ got dropped 4 times. Wilder got dropped twice. It finished the fight in 7th. Both fights ended the same fucking way. Besides Wilder, Wilder's team threw in the towel. AJ team didn't. AJ just gave up. AJ gave up. So at the same time, they both got caught the same shot, and they both looked the same when they got hit. Like, I just can't. That shit was in the back of my mind. Like, god damn. He did the same shit AJ did. AJ did that little twitching shit when he got hit. Yeah. When he got that shows that shot right there. It was a clean shot. I understand everybody, because you like the 4th person I heard say he really didn't hit him. He hit him with his wrist. But he smacked the shit out of him. He hit him though, man. He hit him. Bro, imagine getting hit. He never recovered. Imagine if I hit you like that. Like your shit gonna be fucked up, right? Yeah, he didn't recover. He just didn't recover, man. Yeah, and the thing was after the third round, I feel like a better boxer, theoretically, quote-unquote boxer, a better technician, I feel like maybe could have overcome that, or maybe could have tried to stretch the fight out a little bit longer, but Deontay Wilder just didn't have those answers. I don't think so, because AJ is a better technician. It shows you that when you get hit in certain places, you just fucked up. And that's what it was. Like, I just think with AJ, I agree with you. I think the similarities are pretty crazy, like strikingly similar, even though the opponents they fought were, different. The thing was though, I think that Ruiz is a tough matchup for AJ. I've said a lot on the show, and he caught him with a good shot. But I think regardless, they could run 10 times, and I think Ruiz might win 3 of them joints. Like Ruiz might even get a 4, or maybe the 4th one will be a draw, and say Joshua wins 6. Like I think Ruiz is just tough. He's tough for Joshua stylistic wise, but he caught him with a good punch and fucked him up. Like let me tell you something right now. That shot was the equalizer in that fight. That shot was the equalizer in the Wilder Fury fight, and another thing was I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Look at them fights. Yes, whatchamacallit was pressing the issue. He was aggressive. What the fuck was Ruiz doing? Ruiz, as soon as Ruiz got hit with that joint, he got dropped. He was aggressive.
He said,
something that Joshua was not used to. He was not used to fighting on his back or backpedaling. He was not used to fighting when somebody's the aggressor. He's more the aggressor. Wilder, clearly, we all know he's the aggressor. I gotta give a shout out to John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, because he said it, which is true. Son, I also, and no, I'm gonna finish this point before I get to my other point. It's just that Fury was a lot more aggressive. Fury came out aggressive. I think that threw Wilder off a little bit too. It's like, man, he goddamn, this dude. I'm used to being a ring bully. This dude, what the hell's going on here? And just the trading the shots. He did come out and say he was going to throw shots with him, but I think Fury was still cautious though at the same time. Fury was doing a lot of things, and it proved.
When he landed that punch, which is the best punch of Tyson's Fury career up to this point, when he landed that punch, it changed the whole.
It changed the whole fight. The fight got messed up, but it also.
Wilder was piecing him.
I'm trying to tell you, it comes to show you that Tyson Fury is also a student of the game. What comes knowledge becomes power, because he used some of Joe Frazier's tactics when Joe Frazier fought Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Get him fighting on his back foot, nullify his jab by bobbing and weaving, and you know what? God dang, he parried a shot and he caught Wilder, and Wilder just got caught with that joint. He got caught with that shit, and that was it. Maybe the ring joint, maybe the ring outfit was the costume was a little bit too heavy. Probably was, but his legs gave out and he couldn't stand up and sit around. Nah, he just got hurt and he just couldn't recover. That was it. And then and for them to be upset with Mark Breland for throwing the towel, Mark Breland just was trying to protect him. You got a family at home. I understand Wilder say you want to go down the shield. And his exact words were, if I say I'm going in to kill a man, then I expect a man to do the exact same thing to me. No, motherfucker. You got a family, you got kids, you got a wife.
Man.
Bro, get your ass in. You can leave the fight another day, bro. You got nothing to be ashamed of. You was 42-0. You 41 wins by knockout, 1 by decision, 1 draw, 10 consecutive defenses of a title in a row. And no one has been able to do that since you, I believe, who was it, Klitschko and somebody else. But you're one of the chosen.
Joe Louis had 25.
Yeah, but Joe Louis is the top guy, but you're one of the chosen. Like, dude, don't worry about it. You fucked up. You got fucked up. Let's regroup. Let's do this over again. Now you got your rematch clause. Let's do this over again. What's going to happen? Are you going to bounce back or are you going to fade away? That's what you need to do. Like, I seen that George Foreman said, come chill with me for 2 to 4 weeks. Get your ass on the plane. That'd be the first thing. Because if I was Jay and if Mark Breland's still there, I'm be like, guess what we doing? Get your ass up. Yeah. The Nevada State Commission, though, did suspend him. They did suspend him for a couple weeks. He cannot. 6 weeks, so he can't come back until April 4th. He can't spar until April 4th. Yeah. So, with that being said, right now, take your time to heal, lick your wounds, be with your family, get your mind right, get focused, go jogging, go do what you gotta do, get focused, get your wind up, do whatever you gotta do. But when it comes time to that, go with George Foreman. Take that shit. Take your team.
George Foreman knows what it's like
take your ass to
lose.
He does, man. Take it back. Go back, man. Go back to basics, because just all you got to do, man. You still got time left. You're 42-0, but you're 42-1, bro. Like, it's not.
And you're not 35 yet. I mean, you still got, like, this could be the epic story to the back end of your 30s. Like, you, a guy who's the great puncher and a guy who beat everybody. And he finally got his comeuppance, and this motherfucker, he learned from the shit, and he became great. You feel me? Hey, and the thing is, I heard a great wise man once say, a good run is better than a bad stand any day. And I would probably I told you, we was talking about, I probably would have thrown the towel in after the 5th. Motherfuckers would have been mad as shit. No. Here's how I look at it. When he got hit with that shot in the 3rd, and his ear was bleeding, I was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So the 4th goes out, and just jolly gets beat. 5th, go out there, get dropped in the 5th. I would let him finish the round. But when he came back to this point, I'm like, bro, we better call this joint. And he's like, why? Why are you going to do that? Why are you going to do it? The thing is you're fucked up. You don't look like you have no balance. I don't think you have enough, you know what I'm saying, to get enough oomph, enough support to get enough oomph.
Because he tried to throw that joint a couple times, and he just didn't have the balance to do it.
Right. And so after the 5th, I'm like, nah, bro, you can be mad all you want. Let's come back and beat the shit out this guy. Like, we'll regroup. We'll recover. You're not about to win today. You're down 5-0. You've been knocked down twice. let's go home, bro. Let's go back to Alabama. We'll figure this shit out. We'll get him again. Fuck this dude. The thing is, motherfuckers was like, why do you think Wilder could beat Fury in the third fight? I think he has more power. I think he has more mobility. Wilder does. I think Wilder has more speed. He doesn't have as good a head movement, doesn't have as good ring IQ, but we can work with his strengths. And it's great that George Foreman said that, because George Foreman is very knowledgeable about boxing. And hey, if a guy knows how to take a loss and come back, it's George Foreman. I mean, I think that's perfect. I think that's a great thing to do. And, you know, what would you do if you was Wilder going forward? Would you take the rematch immediately? I was hearing Bob Arum say that they could potentially let Wilder take a tune-up fight in the meantime and then catch Fury in the fall. Maybe in the Raiders' new stadium?
They want to. There's not Wilder don't want to do that. They want to do that. They want to take Wilder out the picture right now. And I heard that Bob Arum has said it, and Frank Warren said they were thinking about. Fury's team said it, and Fury's team is Bob Arum. Bob Arum and Frank Warren have said, like, we want to get Wilder some step aside money, so we can get Fury versus Joshua, which I think would be a good matchup. I think that matchup would fill out Wimbledon.
Yeah, it'd be huge.
I think that train would be a good fight, and I think that they should fight each other, but.
Joshua has to beat Puller.
Yeah, and Joshua has other things to worry about. So,
but then he's probably going to get. And I actually read an article from January. I'm mad I didn't ever run into this article, but they were saying Joshua and Usyk have agreed that Joshua will drop the WBO theoretically and let Usyk fight for it and theoretically win it in his next fight. And so Usyk will have the WBO. He can beat Puller, defend his IBF, and then theoretically fight Fury. You know, or the winner of Wilder Fury, because it was from January. The winner of Wilder Fury in like the spring or something. I mean, in like the fall or something, or late 2020.
That'd be cool, but I still think that.
And then the winner of that will fight Usyk for the WBO and unify the division in 2021.
That'd be bad. That'd be tight, but I don't think Usyk is. I don't think Usyk's a threat. I just don't think he's a threat. I just don't think.
But Josh that's his mandatory.
I know, I understand, but I don't think Usyk's a threat. But at the same time,
he gonna get beat by any of the guys.
I think so. He is.
But what would you do if you were Wilder?
If I'm Wilder, that's what I'm gonna get to. If I'm Wilder, I'm going. Like I said, I'm going to say if it's true, because I said I got to have his boxing 24/7. That said that George Foreman came out and said that come with me 2, 3, 4 weeks. Come with me. That's a month. You got a month with George Foreman to pick his brain. He's going to help you. And then if you like what he's doing, you can stick with him. That's a month. That's one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live. Why don't you go out there and you need that? You need that type of. He'll teach you how to defend it. Yes, he's going to teach you how to defend yourself. Foreman was a 45-year-old champion. What the hell? What do you need, bro? You need that, son. And he did. You need that, son. And he knows how to defend himself. That's one thing Foreman know how to do. Foreman know how to defend himself. I would literally do that.
Keep the same team.
That's what I'm saying. But I know
Foreman in the mix. That'd be great.
You know it's going to be hurt. It's going to hurt Jay to say, but I'm like, man, I got to make Foreman ahead right now because obviously, I know it's going to hurt him, but obviously, you still with my team, but we going with Foreman's plan. Your plan ain't working no more. Working just relying on that right hand ain't working no more. Obviously, we saw that in the fight. No matter what people say, I know Regis Progress said that he didn't look the same when he came into the ring. He didn't look the same in the ring. I understand his energy level wasn't there, but all that shit, that's nothing. All that shit is nothing. It's time to switch it up. That's me. And then I'm taking a tune-up fight before I fight Fury because I need to see where my mind is. I need to see if I'm still in this shit.
So you would take Bob Arum's word that you're like, all right, we're gonna do the fight, but we're gonna move it to the fall. October.
I'm getting a set date. I'm getting a set date for the fall. I want a set date first, and then I'm going to take.
Then in June, I'm gonna take if I win my tune-up fight in say June or July, then we'll fight in late October.
Yeah, but I want that in writing that I'm fighting you in October, and I'm going to fight
if I win theoretically. If I lose the tune-up fight, then we can call.
Yeah, but I'm going to take the tune-up fight, and the tune-up fight going to be a fight that I know I'm going to win though.
You know who he could fight is the dude we saw. The dude we saw Saturday. What's the name of the dude? Not Jared Washington. Charles Martin. He can fight Charles Martin. I think that'd be a great tune-up fight. Mm-hmm. Charles Martin just be Jared Washington. Fight Wilder. I think it'd be great. I think we could get. I don't know if I'd make Foreman won the head trainers, I just want him in the mix. Like, we'd bring him in as expertise, or maybe Wilder could just go spend a month with him. Just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm bringing him in as one of the head trainers.
Yeah, I don't know.
When it's time to switch it up, baby. It's time. So I know Jay got you there. You ain't, and he's not gonna drop Jay. Like, no, hell no. Jay been with him since day one. He's not gonna drop Jay.
Back at the,
yeah, he's not gonna drop him. But at the same time, I'm not firing Mark Breland. I'm not firing Jay. I'm not gonna fire nobody else because it's just you got caught. You got fucking caught, bro. Like, you got caught. But with that being said, Foreman can help you out. Foreman can add he can shed some more light on the subject. He can help you out. Because Foreman's a student of the game. And he is the game. So he knows the sweet science. Wilder's a student of the game as well, and Wilder knows the sweet science too. But Foreman can help him.
Take him to the next level.
And it could be. And I still see Wilder Wilder still got some years left in him. So it's like
if he's motivated and really commits to, like, you know what, we're gonna work on some little.
And I know he is, because I know that loss is not.
If nothing else can make him motivated, and we were saying on this show, like after the Ortiz fight, that he needs to be better. You know, we trust that he can get there. We assume that. Maybe we should stop assuming that, because he has to prove this shit. And I think a fight with Charles Martin would be great. Work on the little things. You know you can beat Charles Martin. We know this. I mean, he might can hit a little hard, but he don't really have no tricks up his sleeve. Work on the little things. Jab Martin, uppercut. You know, I think his left hook is very underrated. Deontay Wilder's, he just doesn't know how to set it up. And it's a shame that he's this far in his career, but he probably has gotten so used to fighting one way.
I'm going to tell y'all something, too, though. With that being said, man, bruh, for anybody to say that he's a bum or he's sucks,
not a bum at all.
Y'all fucking crazy. Because the guy started at 20, and for somebody who says that he can't box, the man defended his belt
a lot of guys
10 times. The man has 42 wins, 41 by knockout.
And he doesn't have the greatest resume, but his resume is solid.
I don't even want to hear that. I don't want to hear about the resumes either, because if you want to go look at resumes, the most prolific fights on Fury and Joshua's resumes.
Joshua has some good fights, though, fighting Dillian White and Joseph Parker, Klitschko. Like Joshua and Povetkin. Like, Joshua probably has the best of it. But Fury's is a little weak, too, though, other than Klitschko.
That's what I was about to say. And maybe Chisora, and Derek Chisora. He fought Derek Chisora.
And then he beat Wilder, too.
So, what else? What else do you have to say? Like, I don't understand it. When he came back, he was fighting dumpsters. So, what do you want? And
Otto Wallin.
And one of the people that they're supposed to be so-called a dumpster, Otto Wallin, ain't really a clean shot. So, I don't want to. I'm getting tired of people, that argument about, your resume, this. You're fighting anybody in that division that you have to fight.
Yeah,
so that's what you're doing. No, I don't want to hear none of that shit.
No, 100. I don't think a tune-up fight would be a bad idea. That would probably be the route that I would recommend. The only thing is I'd say to Wilder, and I think spending time with George Foreman is great, but I'd ask him. I'd be like, listen, I think a tune-up fight would be better. I think we should, kind of work on the little things. Use a guy like Charles Martin as a kind of like a measuring stick, just to see where we're at, just see how much we're improving, see where we need to go before we beat the brakes off Tyson Fury. But if you really want to fight him, if you really want to fight Fury again, if you say that's what I want to do right now, or theoretically in the summer, fuck it. Let's go for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we ain't getting no younger out here. We're going to come in really prepared, and it's jokingly. I'm just joking. This is tongue-in-cheek. But if Fury doesn't die, it doesn't count. We gotta knock his motherfucking head off. I need Wilder to decapitate this motherfucker, because I feel like if he wins in any other way, not literally decapitate him, but knock him the fuck out. If he, wins any other way, it'll be like.
I understand, but I understand.
We gotta beat this motherfucker.
You want to knock? I know he's going to go in for the night, and that's why he's going to try to knock him out. But you need to. He can't rely on that. Obviously, he can't rely on that. We gotta beat the shit out of him. That's what I'm saying. We gotta do right. We're the faster. We're the more mobile fighter. He only has 2 more inches of reach on us. Like, we hit harder, bruh. We can beat this guy. Yeah, you can. Yeah,
bruh, we can punish this dude.
You can't rely on that right hand.
Not just that right hand, but I'm saying if he works on the small things, if he spends time with George Foreman, if he does these things, I know he's gonna be the underdog going to the next joint. Bro, I'm gonna put a couple bucks on Wilder. I'm still, motherfuckers gonna look at me crazy, and it sounds crazy now, I think we can. You know what I'm saying? I think he can beat him. I think Wilder's a better fighter. Just let's see what Wilder comes to the table after he loses. If he comes back and loses to Fury, I'll be like, man, Fury got his number. You know what I'm saying? Or if he loses to Charles Martin, I'll be like, man, shit, I guess he hit that wall. You feel me? But if this motherfucker comes back hungry, if this motherfucker does the little things,
take no fight with Charles Martin. I'm telling you that right now.
What?
But, because that's just not a tuna fight.
That's not a tuna fight.
Because Charles Martin and George Washington were fighting for the. You know what's crazy though? They were fighting the IBF Eliminator. That would actually make sense for him to, if a crazy world, if Joshua was to drop the IBF title and fuck around, Charles Martin's the IBF champion once again, and then Wilder comes out of nowhere and say, guess what, my tune-up fights versus the IBF champion. Wilder's back in the fucking mix. So, you know what I'm saying? That would be tight for him to get his name back on the mix. And it's a quality opponent, too. But at the same time...
Right, Charles Martin is the perfect tune-up fight.
I think he should fight somebody else with it, too.
Nah, I think Charles Martin is great because I don't think he's that good, but he's good enough where he could present a challenge. And we can work on the little things. But Wilder should piece Charles Martin up.
Yeah, I think Joshua punished him. That's why I said I don't know. It's just
no, we get Charles Martin up out of it. So I think that'd be the perfect tune-up fight. But if Wilder really wanted to fight Fury again, fight him this summer, we going for it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
I don't know. He is.
We going all out. Whatever.
Go with George Foreman. Man.
Yes, I think that'd be great. Work on the little things. That's what I think we need to do. If Wilder can be motivated. Yes, we can get this motherfucker.
If you the bronze bomber, you need to go watch some Brown Bomber.
Some Joe Lewis,
man, because that motherfucker, you need to go watch some Joe Lewis and some Joe Gaines, some Charlie Burley. You need to go watch some. You need to get seriously. You should, because that's going to help you. You already got the power. You already got the. You know
he's a quick fighter. He's athletic.
You know how to use your power. You got raw athleticism. That's something that no one can teach. So. You just pick up you need a little bit more of the basics, a little bit more of the fun. You need to go back to fundamentals. Like I said, you had a 30-5 amateur record. No, let's get this clear. The amateurs, not like the pros, totally different. They go by points. So that means you won them joints off of points. Maybe some of them you won off of knockouts, but I'm telling you, or stoppage. But shit, points. Go back to that. You need points. Remember that. Sometimes you need points.
But he's been fighting this way for 10, 11 years. Yeah, but it's easier said than done. I feel that. I feel that. Hopefully he comes back motivated.
No, that's an excuse. You gotta. You're now at the point in your career where there's no more like, I'm gonna knock this guy out. The top half of your division are guys that can either knock you out or they're gonna outbox you. So what are you going to do? Because obviously you got one guy that's in your way that you were able to knock down twice the last time.
And gave him some go in the second round of this last fight.
Yeah, but this time he caught you and you weren't able to come back off of that. You weren't able to recover. So you didn't have fundamentals that would help you to go back. You were just, and you know what's crazy? He just threw the fundamentals out. And that's what the problem was. He threw them joints out. He just went straight to slugging them. He was trading shots with him when he should have been defending himself until he got back. That's what he should have been doing. And he didn't do that. So that's why I'm saying, like, you need to go back to fundamentals. Go train with George. Go talk to George. Go with George. That's the only thing I'll be saying if I'm Jay, if I'm Mark, if whoever's in this corner. Go to George. We're going to George.
Yeah, take some time.
We're going to George, man.
In April, as soon as the Nevada Commission allows you to start sparring, like you get back, right, go spend some time.
We're going with George, man. We're going with George.
And hey, one more thing. Man, bro, I've seen it happen, bro. Man, hey, no more wives, no more girlfriends in the locker room.
Funny ass, stupid ass costume.
Man, nah, all that shit needs to go. Bro, let's start it.
Who even told you to wear 40 to 45 pounds of metal to the ring when you're fighting in a championship fight?
And you're fighting a quality fighter like
I understand you wanted to represent for Black History Month, and I salute you for that. But at the same time, you could have wore a fucking linen suit. You could have wore a silk outfit if you wanted to, motherfucker. Don't do that shit no more. If I'm Jay or if I'm Mark or if anybody, I'm like, you're not doing that shit. I got this idea, but nah, motherfucker, you ain't doing it. Matter of fact, until we get the belt back, you ain't wearing shit to the ring. You coming out there with yourself. Intimidation factor, alright? That's it.
Hey, no, 100, 100. So anyway, man, I hope this slice of humble pie will help make Wilder great. You know, losses happen sometimes. Some of the greatest boxers ever have fucking lost. You feel me? And lost to some guys they should have beaten. Most time they recovered, but you know, recover from it. Revenge their losses. You know, or avenge the losses. But like when fucking Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall in '94. Bro, Bama was saying Lennox Lewis was overrated.
Man, I said, bro, he was lost to Hakeem Rockman.
Hakeem Rockman, yeah, Bama was like, oh, he ain't got that good of a chin. They knocked him out even early the next fight.
Lennox Lewis took some L's, man.
Got his 2 losses were KOs, like so. Anyway, all right, that was J&J Boxing. Like I said, man, we'll try to bring you a show on Saturday. We're a little down, you know, a little depressed, but it's all good, man.
I ain't down at all. I ain't depressed, man. I know my man gonna get his shit back. That's all I know is that you guys stop hating on him too, man. Everybody hating on him, but you need to feed that. Let that fuel you too. That's what I'm saying. Let that be your food. Let that be your food for thought. Let that be everything. Let that be your motivation. Build that shit back up. But like I said, no more wives in the dressing rooms. No more fucking costumes. And fundamentals, man. Fundamentals.
Back to the basics, man. Seriously. The shit you learned in boxing school. Like, you feel me? So, anyway, all right, that's about it. Anything on wrestling or anything you want to add?
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit. All right, that's about it. Well, yeah, make sure you keep your guard up. Don't be throwing them crazy like Deontay Wilder. And we'll try to bring out some heat come Saturday. So, all right, yeah, J&J Boxing, man. We out of this motherfucker.
We out.